Welcome back to Mowlems Racing Travels. We're in Barcelona, down on the grid with Johnny Mowlem.
We've got good feelings. We had a few issues that we found before the race, so that's fantastic. The boys, I have to credit FF Corsa and the Red River Sport team, have done a fantastic job. And now myself, Ivor Dunbar, Bonamy Grimes and Charlie Hollings are going to hopefully give it everything we've got. It's a long race, so if we can make it through the first corner, hopefully the rest will be all downhill from there. When the lights go out and you're a racing driver, then it kind of, you have to really watch it. And I found from experience, if I take it too easy, sometimes that can be worse than sort of being not super aggressive, but being positive. So I'm hopefully going to make it through the first sort of, especially here in Barcelona, turns 1 and 2, they kind of concertina together. You've seen a lot of incidents at the starts of races there, so hopefully we'll get through there. Everyone will get through there unscathed, and we can go from there. Well, we were quickest in the test on the Thursday, and then we were always up in the top 3 or 4. Then we found a broken exhaust manifold after qualifying, which had lost us some performance. We managed to fix that, so hopefully we'll be back up there at the sharp end. Personally, I love a track with elevation change, and Barcelona's got a lot of elevation change. It's a fantastic circuit. I love Spain. I was brought up in Spain. It's absolutely brilliant. The Creventic 24-hour series puts together such an amazing show, and I think that it's aimed at just the right level in terms of allowing gentlemen and amateur drivers to come here and really experience top-level professional motorsport.
So over 40 cars on the warm-up lap here on the full Grand Prix circuit. Mercedes-Benz, Audis, there's 3 Ferraris. It's a cracking field, and also the R-Sport Aston Martin making its debut in the series. Waiting for the lights to go green to Mercedes on the front row of the grid. The crimson car is the Ram Racing Machine, largely a Dutch group of drivers, including Jelmer Berman, Rick Breukers and Ramon Vos, together with Tom Onslow Cole. But watch for the Ferrari, which has had a tremendous run of races in this series, and Malacelli goes down the inside, always gets his elbows out. Very aggressive driver is the Italian Matteo Malacelli. Watch out too for the Herbert Motorsport Porsche, which for this race has got in the Porsche factory driver Matt Campbell from Australia, and there the very dark blue and white Ferrari of Johnny Mowlem starting 13th, but already picked off a couple of cars, is now behind the golf coloured Mercedes-Benz GT3. Several Mercedes right up there. 24 hours to go, of course, and there Johnny already battling with the R-Sport Aston Martin I mentioned just a few moments ago. Jake Dennis, the lead driver of that, but starting the car, I believe, Marcus Lundstrass, and also sharing with the owner of the team, Andreas Basinger, the Swiss-based outfit, and having a good old battle as we go on board in the FF Corsa car. The Silverstone-based team preparing this car, but also over this weekend also racing back in Britain in the Brit Car Series, so having to split their resources. And Johnny now getting a little bit frustrated behind the Aston, flashing his lights, trying to find a way through. Various different categories, of course, the TCR cars in this race as well. 3 or 4 of the British-built Ginettas there. A piece of tyre goes flying, and I wonder if Mowlem actually hit that. Well, appears to be no damage done. And Johnny Mowlem sharing the car with Bonamy Grimes, Ivor Dunbar, and professional driver Charlie Hollings, who's a regular with FF Corsa. And now at the end of that stint, coming in then to the refueling station. The Creventic rules, of course, take the fuel away from the pits and have this fairly ordinary sort of petrol pumps where the fuel just goes in under gravity. Always takes a little while. Already you notice one of the car collection Audi R8s is taking fuel, and then they pit to change tyres, and the car blasts off and back into the race. Well, that flag indicates there's a problem, a code 60, and it is. The FF Corsa number 23 car actually in the gravel, Bonamy Grimes at the wheel. Johnny had got the car all the way up to third place, but Bon, I think, on cold tyres and showing his relative inexperience, just dropping it there into the gravel. But the corner workers, the marshals, ready to pull it out, and that will rejoin very quickly. But lots of places lost, and that's one of the frustrations of 24-hour racing. The car seems to be none the worse for that run into the gravel, just shaking the car about a bit to get any of the grit out from the under tray. So the Italian machine back up to speed, just passing one of the TCR cars, factory Seats involved in this race. And look at that fire, that's Colin White's Ginetta going up, the G55, which was leading its category, and that is really burning now. Doesn't look like a fuel fire to me, so maybe just a bodyworks caught fire. Well, that'll be another code 60. Once that's cleared up, then off racing again, and now a bit of a battle against that Ram racing machine. And remember that Johnny did drive for the Ram team in a Ferrari a few years ago, winning the European GT ELMS GT Championship. Ram racing with the 3 Dutch drivers I mentioned, plus Tom Onslow Cole. That car right at the sharp end, the FF Corsa dark blue Ferrari, had dropped back, of course, after the exploits. And in fact, we'd also had an off from Ivor Dunbar, which had lost it a lot of places, but climbing back now in the night up to 14th place overall. Let's catch up with Johnny to bring us right up to speed.
Well, it's nearly midnight. We're halfway through, give or take. The start of the race was really good. We managed to get up to third place, and we're having a good fight. The car felt fantastic. And then after that, we started having a few issues. The diffuser, which is giving you downforce on the rear of the car, fell off the car, and or almost fell off the car. So that's causing some problems for everyone. And the car was a little bit evil to drive, but FF Corsa really worked hard on it. I've done one single and one double, but I must admit I find it hard to actually really sleep properly while the car is still going around. I've got the radio on in the truck. I'm listening to what's going on in the motorhome. So I always try and keep on top of it. I really ought to get some sleep, but it is hard. And I think it's the same for Bonamy and Ivor. For them, it's important to learn to rest when they can. Obviously, this is a test for the 24 hours of Le Mans, which hopefully will happen next year. Due to get back in again at about 1:30 in the morning. Charlie Hollings in the car now, doing a great job, and we'll see what happens. We're 5th in class, quite a long way down the overall order, which is a shame. We've slipped down with some various problems, but that's 24-hour racing.
The other professional driver in the team is Charlie Hollings, and he fills us in with more details of something of a torrid run.
In the first 3 hours of our race, one of my teammates had been in the gravel, one had hit the barriers, so lots happened. So it's just a case of, you saw the Ram car that was on pole, obviously fastest car here, I'd say, in mega lineup, but they had a problem and they've been in the box for 30 minutes changing something. So anything can happen. You just got to keep going and see where you end up at the end.
The team deciding to change the underfloor of the Ferrari, which is a lengthy job, but once the car was back on the track, it was right up to speed, one of the fastest cars out there, particularly when Mowlem was at the wheel and looking to try and get back into the top 10 of the race.
We came here, we knew, we put ourselves in the pro class just to allow us to have more flexibility, to allow the AMs to drive maybe double up a bit more, so we weren't looking to try and have me and Charlie drive more. We were just looking to actually try and wear them out, which I think we've done. I wore myself out, I know that. But yeah, it was a fantastic effort from the whole team. Had a number of issues starting after qualifying with a broken manifold, and it just went from there. But the FF Corsa team, absolutely superb, absolutely superb. So I couldn't thank them all enough. Hopefully, fingers crossed, another couple of hours and we'll get to the finish, see the checkered flag, and Ivor will take the checkered flag, which will be awesome.
Now, obviously, you've just jumped out of the car. I saw you looking at the tyres. What's the issue? Is there an issue with the tyres?
Yeah, I had blistering or beginning of some delamination on the right rear. and I could feel that vibration getting worse and worse. And sometimes you get a vibration anyway because you're spinning the tyre on the rim when you go out and push on cold tyres, because you're not allowed tyre warmers now. You have to start the pressure so low that even if you stay off all the curbs, just braking with the ABS in these cars is enough to spin the tyre on the rim. So I'm glad we pitted me about 4 or 5 laps early there. Our pace was still good, but we could barely see the brake zone at the end of the straight, so we're glad we got that out of the way. And now Bod will go to an hour to go, and Ivor will go to the end, and hopefully Red River Sport get their first ever 24-hour finish.
Johnny talking there with Diana Binks. And now the car wheel to wheel with the championship leading Mercedes of Charles Putnam, Charles Espinel, Joe Foster and Adam Christodoulou. At the front of the field it was Porsche, Ferrari and Mercedes. 3 different makes. But now let's talk with Bonamy Grimes.
Bon, your first 24-hour race, I think you've learned a huge lot, but a steep learning curve.
Oh, I mean, it's been amazing. You know, the excitement, I got a little bit sideways in the first stint, and I learned a lesson from that and tried to keep it clean on the later stints. Just learning what it's like to get in the car at 3 o'clock in the morning in the pitch black and just have to get on the pace you really push yourself. And yeah, I've learned a lot about myself and about 24-hour motor racing.
You also noticed this morning when you came out, your lap time's quite a bit quicker than had been earlier, so you're obviously feeling this track more and feeling the car more and more.
Yeah, you've got to be... I think if you back off too much, you make mistakes. So I found it better to be pushing on than to just try and do a set lap time. So the car felt good, I felt good, and I was kind of in the zone, so I just kind of pushed on and on and on. It just kept coming, and it didn't feel like I was banging the curbs. I was keeping it nice and tidy, and yeah, fingers crossed we can bring it home.
In the closing stages, the Ram Racing Mercedes had a problem, dropped back. It was the Ferrari from the Czech Praha team in second place, but coming home as the winner, Herbert Motorsport with their Porsche, with drivers Matt Campbell, Alfred Renard, Ralph Bone and Daniel Alleman. Another great performance by the team from Bavaria. And the FF Corsa Ferrari, Red River Sports backed, finishes in 12th place. And here confirmation of the result of the Herbert Motorsport car in front of the Bohemia Energy Ferrari, then the IDEC Mercedes in 3rd position. There the rest of the leading places with the FF Corsa Ferrari shown in 12th place. Well, that's it from Barcelona, from me, Andrew Marriott, and all the team. It's goodbye until the next time.